Hello, everyone. I just got back from work, but I'm always thinking about everybody here. Anyway, this is what's happening. This is what I'm doing. Um, I understand there's a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses that are really lost, definitely, and thank God that you have the um, the ex-Jehovah Witnesses, definitely. So if you have channels that have ex-Jehovah Witness channels, I would advise you to continue to do your work because it's very, very important. I wanted to find what I was doing is, I'm working, but I also have this project now that I want to continue with this. I mean, it's not just, I think it is very important that we find the problem with the organization. But I have to tell you, it really is bleak. This organization now, it has a lot of power. I mean, just not hiding, they're worth over a billion. More than maybe not hiding, they're worth maybe close to 2 billion. That's what plus it's an international company. So that means that we're talking about a lot of assets that you can't even imagine. But that's not the big deal. The big deal is the fact that we have people who are like their minds are being held hostage. It's really, really a sad, sad situation. On my line, I'm going to do what I can because I have family in there. The only thing I can think now from the things I've learned is just they're like held hostage. Just and we already knew that anyway. Okay, but there is something that you can do because I'm going to. I know my talent. I talked about talents a lot. My talent is that I can find out. I know what it need. How can I say? I pretty much work on things that how something works, what you need in order to do X. Okay, and I remember how the structure of the organization was. Um, we have the poor congregations, and you know how all the levels. There's like, it's not like poor middle class and rich. They're like, you already know. There's like 10, 20 levels of types of Jehovah Witnesses. Everybody knows that. In a congregation, you know it. And I had the benefit for this project that I'm working on. I'm going to take over, is and find out just what makes or just I'll tell you as I go along, okay? But I was talking about the levels of the congregation, okay? Okay. What I was gonna say is that my benefit is that I used to go to all the different congregations. I've been to poor congregations, I've been to wealthy congregations, and it's a totally different thing. Everybody knows that. That's one hint, okay? But we're talking about the big problem now is that the money is not distributed anywhere, okay? So if something happens to the organization, the people will suffer. The people will suffer. Like right now, the people are like not number one on the list, okay? Because whoever is holding this power is at the top, and they got it made so that if everything falls at the bottom, nothing happens at the top. Okay, so that's how we have it. So anyway, I'm taking on this project, and I'm going to find out what makes it tick. We have people who are, from what I looked at, from what I'm researching, is they can't even find out. They invest their money, but they don't even know where they invested. But that's not how I do the work. I do the work on what it takes to do something. How, in order for something to tick, what has to be done. I already looked up some. I looked up the governing body, and I'm going through one at a time. But believe me, it's not all of the government body. I'm not saying that they're all. I mean, they're all going along with something that's very false. It's definitely a sect, definitely. They all are going along with something that is wrong, but the brains is not in all of them. I mean, some of them are like they wouldn't know what to do with a bank book, okay? But that's how you hide who's actually doing it. I would say maybe there's one or two in the governing body that knows what's going on. Number one, they don't get paid. Okay, we're looking for people who get paid. Of course, everybody's going to scrutinize all of the governing body. The governing body is bad for the fact that they're continually knowing that the organization is not right. They're the one that's misleading the people. So that's the number one. I would say there's three sections. The first section, which is the lowest section, is misleading the people, brainwashing, misleading the people. That's most likely the governing body. Although there's one or two, I would say one or two who has a link to the second level. I can say level or second. It's something that they only have. But I would say that there's three tiers. One, the first tier at the top would be the one that's in control of the assets, everything. I mean, they're the ones that if everything falls, they can walk away without any problem. Number two would be number two, which is the center, would be the mediators. They mediate between the top tier and the lower tier. Okay, but anyway, I'm gonna find out how this system. I don't have to. I mean, I can look at paperwork and stuff like that, but pretty much everything has to do with people. Okay, you can have all the bookwork and all the money that you ever want, but the thing about it is, and all the computers and all the books, but it has to be in somebody's mind. Okay, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna take on this project and just to I'm going to do it for the people for the Jehovah Witnesses that are my viewers and who are, from what I see, are hostage. Their minds aren't hot. They have no idea where to go. It's like my mother. My mother was a fake Jehovah Witness. I put it in the last ones. There was no way in the world she was getting out of that organization. Okay? There are a lot of people who don't know how to think for themselves. They could be very rich. I don't care. I know a lot of Jehovah Witnesses that are very wealthy and very smart. Even my families are very. My sister's like an accountant, and my other sister works for like a doctor's office or something. I mean, they're not dumb, but the thing about it is they can't reason for themselves. Okay. So anyway, that's what I'm going to take over this thing because I'm going to do it and I'm going to make sure that it's done right. Thank you very much. And like I said, I'm going to start with the governing body. I'm going down the list. I went through one of them. There's no way in the world. I mean, there's no way in the world I'll say the names and everything. I'll put everything on the YouTube. But from what I hear, I'm almost sure I did like one, but I pretty much know that there's. I mean, no, I'm talking about from the top up. I'm not saying from the top down. I'm saying all of them, as far as the top down, are totally wrong and wicked. Okay, for going along, and they all know. Every tier knows that it's a cult. So this is what I'm going to work on, and I hope everybody's doing fine. I'm doing it for those who 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 are lost, just like all the other ex-Jehovah Witnesses are. They would not make it without the work that we're doing. I'm saying together. Um, they would not. They would not. They would not make it. And I'm gonna put my effort into it too. So thanks everybody, the ex Jehovah Witnesses, for giving me a place with you all, and I thank the the Jehovah Witnesses that are looking and come to my station and you all station secretly, most likely. I have to thank them for showing an effort in trying to at least find themselves. Thank you very much. I hope everybody's doing fine, and I'll continue on with this. Thank you. Bye bye.